Greetings and salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC, and welcome back to OZMAFIA. When I last left off, we were still kind of warming up to Caesar. He was kind of actually taking different jobs to try and spend more time with us, given the fact that we were not allowed to visit him in the forest. He seemed to be slowly kind of working his way towards connecting to us, but unfortunately, something might have happened last episode. The Pied Piper of Hamlin decided to show up and tried to capture us. And, Caesar came to our rescue. He managed to get us out, but it looks like he may have been possessed by the Pied Piper to do his bidding. So, we're, I guess, now explaining the situation to our buddies here in the Oz family, see if they can do anything. What should I do? How should I explain about Mr. Caesar? She'd rushed back home and burst into Carmia's office, but now she couldn't figure out what to say. They told me not to see him. They told me not to get too close. Even if she explained what had happened, it didn't even mean they would act. She wasn't even sure how to explain it in the first place. The identity of the one-eyed man. The pipe music. It all happened so fast, she still hadn't fully comprehended it. Her heart adrift in a sea of confusion. Seems Carmia had finally grown weary of her silence, opening his mouth to speak for that instant. Oh, Axel, good, you're here. That's understatement, yeah. Oh no. That's gotta be something. Stop calling him filthy. Guess so, yeah, but, He's not really acting of his own accord. Hello? He'll take Mr. Caesar's head? Yeah, things kind of are... You must have it wrong. Mr. Caesar wouldn't do something like that. I'll go find out myself. I mean, either way would have been bad. Who the hell are you? I like that music. I like it a little bit more than the first music we were hearing. I smell burning. What on earth could be happening? Uh-oh, that can't be good. Hey guys, you're blowing stuff up, right? Man, this sounds eerily familiar, if I'm being honest. Just saying. Uh-huh. Okay, well, at least your bombs are being used for something good, I guess. Okay, go for it. Okay, Match Girl's having a fun time. Clearly, Match Girl is having a fun time. She's burning them all in her way. She is clearly channeling the girl in that one book from Mad Father. What on earth? Oh, there's Puss in Boots. That voice. Holy cow, there's another cat person. Why do you have a face? Suddenly we're getting, like, NPCs that actually have, like, portraits. What is going on? This is going well. She's a pyromaniac, isn't she? Makes sense if she's a little match girl, I guess. Miss Pachette too? But why? Mr. Caesar! I'm so glad I ran into you. Mr. Carmania, they said you've gone berserk. I couldn't believe that you would do something like that. Oh, hey, we're back to square one. Yay! Pray? This situation feels strangely familiar. His eyes look the same as when I first met him. Those cold eyes that want to kill me. Why? Why does this have to happen now? We were getting along so well, and I... Oh no, a dead end! Mr. Caesar? No way, you're joking, right? Oh boy. Where is this going? Caesar stood before Fuka. He gripped his sword and pointed its tip toward her throat. It was only a matter of seconds, but it felt like time had stopped. Fuka had forgotten to breathe as she faced the moment of her death. Or was about to, rather. Caesar was about to swing his sword when he stabbed himself in the stomach. Blood spilled out of the wound, dyeing the ground red. Mr. Caesar! How could I not worry? You're bleeding! Where are you going, Mr. Caesar? Mr. Caesar! I think by now she would give up on the Mr. part, but... So far the only one that I don't think she ever stopped saying Mr. to is... Axel and... So, I guess. The blood trail from Caesar's wound almost looked like a set of footprints. Despite the amount of blood he was losing, Caesar still insistently marched forward in his search for Hamlin, the one hand clamped to his stomach. Mr. Caesar, let's go to the clinic. We have to stop the bleeding. Something seems different about Mr. Carmi. Oh, is he now being controlled? Huh? Mr. Carmia? What on earth is Mr. Carmia doing? Carmia broke into a run at Caesar's provocation. His golden eyes gleamed at as his arms grabbed at the leader of the wolf gang. Caesar brought his swords to bear as he dodged Carmia's swings, carefully setting their edges against the Don's outstretched arms. Without a moment's hesitation, Caesar bent his arms back and slashed his blade across Carmia's flesh. Carmia screamed in pain and tried to retreat, but Caesar kicked him to the ground first. The white-haired man loomed over Carmia, spitting a bit of blood from his mouth onto his fallen opponent. Please stop, Mr. Caesar! Caesar froze when he heard Fuka's voice. While Caesar was distracted, Carmilla scrambled away and climbed back to his feet. Oh dear. That's quite a fluke. Carmilla tackled Caesar against a wall, grabbing his opponent's neck with his right hand. Uh-oh. He narrowed his madness-tinged eyes and began pummeling Caesar with his free hand. That ain't no cowardly lion! Axel, get control of your Dawn! Carmilla's protests abruptly stopped as suddenly as if a thread had snapped. Mr. Carmilla? After a moment of silence, Carmilla blinked twice and looked around. He might have impaled himself, it's fine. Nope. Carmilla looked around in a daze, his eyes eventually settling on his own two hands. His palms were dyed bright red, the same color that was painted all over Caesar's body. Yeah. Yay! I mean, you got control too, but you managed to fight it off after a bit. Mr. Caesar? Oh, he collapsed. That's a good sign. Still funny that it's focused supposedly on Oz, but I'm not doing much with Oz. Mr. Caesar, are you okay? Dr. Crow? Mr. Caesar, he... Yeah, especially interesting considering he did that to himself. Oh no. Can I come visit him? Yay! Scarecrow, I swear to God, if you tell me no, I am going to slap you. Mr. Caesar, the weather is so nice today that I think I'm going to take a little walk. I'll come back. I mean, technically, you didn't... Technically, he also did it to himself. It was kind of a mixture of his own self-inflicted wounds to get rid of the manipulation and as well as yours. Yeah. Accidentally. I still don't like Curie. It's like, dude, he feels bad over what happened, and you're treating him like filth over it. Huh. Well, you're still probably going to be dealing with the other families trying to feud with you, but... semantics. Mr. Caesar, I brought some flowers today. I hope you like them. Surely it's boring to sleep all the time. I wish you'd wake up. Mr. Caesar, are you still sleeping? Is he dead? I wonder how many days it's been now. Mr. Caesar hasn't woken up at all. What am I gonna do if he's like this forever? No, I can't be so faint-hearted. Dr. Crow did say that talking to him is important. I have to do my best to talk to him today, too. Oh, okay, so he's in a coma of some kind. Good morning, Mr. Caesar. Huh? Mr. Caesar? Mr. Caesar disappeared. Oh no, where could he have gone? Could he be dead? Where's Dr. Crow?
Fuka. Yatto tsukamaeta.
You're not dead, Mr. Caesar, and you're hugging me! Okay, that amused me far more than it should. But he's actually like a smile, he's a happy smile, and he's hugging her, and it's so cute! Sorry, you startled me, and I just... Oh, so cute! I can't really argue with that. So... Are you telling me he actually wasn't trying to kill her? He just wanted to hug her? So this whole time it was just a mixture of like... He wasn't actually trying to kill her, it was just a matter of affections? Wait, did I actually finish the game? I did! Holy cow! That was freaking adorable! I like that! I can't read any of that, I don't read Japanese. And that's only like one of the endings you can get. Like, I know you get multiple different endings. You can romance a lot of different people. I think there's like a ridiculous amount of endings to this game. But I quite enjoyed that one. So was it actually that the truth of it was that he actually wanted to romance her this whole time and he just didn't have the best way to go about it, or... I like this music. But is that how it actually was? Like, was he actually trying to kill her? Or was it just like, oh, that woman is gorgeous, I must have her for my mate kind of thing? Because clearly he needed to work on his people skills, but still. That was adorable. That was cute. I'm like, I know there's multiple other endings where you can romance Kiri, you can romance Carmilla, or Axel. I'm pretty sure you can romance a bunch of other characters. Like, I think you can actually romance Scarlet, So, I believe. I don't know if they're actual full romances or just friendships or what, but it was like you have multiple endings to this game, but I'm actually quite satisfied with that one. I think that one was a little bit neat because it's like he spent all his time trying to get you, trying to make you his prey. It seemed like you were just enemies throughout the whole game. And then as it turns out, no, he just had a really bad crush on you and didn't know how to express it. Well, maybe. Again, I could be misreading the whole damn thing. Hard to say. But I liked that ending. That was a nice ending. Carmilla and Axel were relaxing in the living room one afternoon. Axel cocked his head, taking his eyes off of the chess pieces. Kamiya stood up and approached his gun case, rummaging around for something.
僕は明日の夕方頃だと思いますが。
Hmm?
そうかならかけるか
いいえ、ボスの勘はよく当たりますから。
Kamiya smiled. Well, you're no fun, he said, tossing a shotgun to Axel.
さて狼狩りの準備をするとしようか
Excuse me, what? To the left of the door stood Axel, and to the right, Kamiya. They held their guns at the ready, with their backs pressed against the wall. Kamiya, a commander and proficient marksman, and Axel, a tough close-range fighter, were the most formidable pair in all of Familia Ops. They laid in wait for the incoming visitor, tense but faithful in each other's ability to support the other.
しかし何度も懲りずに挑戦してあのワンコロはけなげなもんだな
Hmm?
彼のワンパターンな行動は賞賛に値するかもしれませんね。
今度表彰状でも送ってやるかと予想通りいらっしゃったようだ今日も一人か勇敢なことだ
Neither of them moved a muscle, but as the seconds dragged on, the door remained closed. Kamiya gave Axel a look, gesturing to the doorknob with his chin. Understanding the Don's intent, Axel reached out for the doorknob himself. After mouthing a silent countdown under his breath, he opened the door.
クリア。
ああ援護は任せクリアだと
Hmm? They watched a figure clad in a black mantle scurry away from the open door.
おい、撤退するようです。
いやあれはよっと
Somebody did a ding-dong ditch, didn't they? Kamiya found a pebble in the grasp of the door and threw it at the retreating figure.
声。
Hey, so.
こんにちは。俺はおとり役ってやつです。
風花、迎えに来たぞ。
Mr. Caesar!
俺だってバカではない。正面突破だけが方法ではないと昨日気づいた。今日こそ貴様を手に入れる。さあ、俺と一緒に来い。
そこまでです悪い狼さんお前さんの好みの綱はもう捕まえたぜ
ごめんなさい、シーザーさん。
ち、使えないやつだ。
さっさと立ち去らないと本気で駆除しますよ
ち、そう、退却だ。次こそお前をさらうからな。一時に帰っていく方もどうかしている。いい加減二人の仲を認めてあげればいい。
So is this their form of foreplay or something? It's like, I'm gonna sneak in and get you. Nope, you're gonna be chased off now.
嫌です。弱い男に娘はやれません。
I am not your daughter.
迎えに行く。お前は俺のものだからな。
Okay, that was just absolutely freaking adorable. So they're basically like, yeah, nope, I'm not letting you get my girl. Even though it's like, nope. Considering I'm pretty sure, again, you can be romanced. So, but yeah, I know there's like multiple different endings to this game. That's obviously just one of them. Because I think if I look in this gallery, like, okay, it looks like you got a few different ones. See, you can get Curie, you got Axel, Scarlet. Oh, I only missed one from Caesar, huh? Okay, interesting. And then we got So, Pachette, Robin Hood, The Brothel, and other ones. Interesting. I'm a little bummed out that I missed one here.
お前も物好きだな。
But still, I can always go back and do that stuff off screen. I'm curious. What can I say? But if I do any other ones, it will probably be very short-lived. I probably won't do, like, every single one on screen. I think this is my final thing I'm going to do for OZMAFIA, as much as I really enjoyed this. Because, again, this game has a lot of endings. This game has a lot of paths you can take. And trying to go through every single one of them would probably take me a ridiculously long time. And it'll give you guys the excuse to try and look for stuff yourself. So, overall thoughts on this game? I really like the art style of it. I think it's beautifully done. I think the characters, well, most of the characters I'm not overtly that interested in, but that's kind of my personal preference. I'm sure, like, the majority of them, somebody's gonna find an interest in. Like, I can't stand Kiri, but somebody out there probably likes him. I thought it was interesting. I feel storyline-wise, though, it could have been a little bit more done. I don't know if it's maybe touched upon in other people's romance plots, but I was kind of hoping that we would get a little bit more backstory into Fuka's character. Like, who she actually was, why she had amnesia, why it was that she was, in this position. Even a few other small things like the stuff with Hamlin, I feel that was kind of rushed through. Again, I could be missing something because I only played through one romantic route, and maybe it's touched upon in others, I'm not sure. So that I would have to do some research on to figure out. But overall, I thought it was really interesting. I thought how it was taking, characters and stuff from old storylines, old fairy tales, and incorporating them into a new thing, like the Wizard of Oz characters being used in this scenario. Have Red Riding Hood be in a different scenario. Have Puss in Boots, or the Little Match Girl, or Hansel and Gretel. All these interesting new takes on these old stories that you hear as a child, and twist them into an interesting dating sim / visual novel. I thought that was really well done and really cool. Again, maybe I'm missing something by not doing all of the routes. It's a possibility. But for my overall first playthrough of it, I really quite enjoyed this. And I kind of want to keep going and seeing more later on down the line. But I would probably be doing those off screen in my own personal time because it would take a long time to get through all those different endings. But I still enjoyed this nonetheless. And I hope you guys did too. I hope this helped give you the inspiration to play this yourself. I don't think it's free to play. I believe you do have to pay for it on Steam, but I still quite enjoyed this nonetheless, and I definitely highly recommend it. So, props to the developers for making this beautiful work. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Is it possible we could get American voice actors for this too? I mean, the Japanese guys were definitely very nice, don't get me wrong, but I would kind of like to kind of hear how they would sound in American voices. But that's just my personal touch. That's nothing major. I don't think it takes away from the game at all. I definitely enjoyed this, and hope everybody who was watching enjoyed this as well. But for now, this is StarPrincessHLC saying thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell.